London's rainy days are always a little chaotic. Last week at a cafe near Covent Garden, I saw something that stuck with me. A young guy in a suit was fumbling around, and he spilled his hot coffee all over the table. The dark brown liquid soaked into the wool coat of the older man sitting next to him. The kid turned bright red, clearly bracing for a lecture, but the older guy just pulled out a napkin and handed it to him. "Chill out," he said. "When I was young, I spilled ink all over my desk at the bank, way more of a mess than this." Then they cleaned it up together, and when they left, the older man patted the kid's shoulder. That small, kind moment? It's exactly what the golden rule, something Western societies lived by for thousands of years, is all about. Treat others the way you want to be treated. The golden rule isn't just an Eastern idea, it's woven into the fabric of Western philosophy, religion, and ethics too. In the Bible's Gospel of Matthew, Jesus clearly stated, "So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you." That line became the heart of Christian ethics. Even the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates told his students, "Don't do to others what you wouldn't want done to yourself." He saw that as the foundation for how citizens should get along in the city-state. Compared to the Eastern version, "Do not do unto others as you would not have them do unto you," the Western golden rule is more about active kindness, not just avoiding harm. But at its core, both are about using empathy to treat people equally. Here's the thing, it's different from the silver rule, the don't do harm one. The golden rule pushes you to think about how others feel and act on it. Like that older guy in the cafe, he didn't just hold back from yelling, he used his own story to make the kid feel understood. That's how kindness becomes a cycle. In Western workplaces, the golden rule pairs right up with what psychologists call social exchange theory. It's the secret glue that holds teams together. Google, for example, has a rule in its feedback system. Managers have to use golden rule communication. When they point out a team member's mistake, they first say, "Here's a time I messed up something similar, and how I fixed it," then add, "Maybe we could try this to make it better." There's a psychology reason this works. It's called empathic validation. When a manager admits they've messed up too, the other person doesn't feel attacked, they feel seen. Your brain's mirror neurons kick in, and you connect emotionally, which makes you way more open to feedback. I read an interview with a Google engineer once. He said he'd messed up a big project and was stressing out. His boss didn't chew him out. Instead, he said, "When I first started here, I ruined an even more important project." We sat down, went through what went wrong, and fixed it. That feedback, rooted in the golden rule, didn't just help him get back on track, it made the whole team closer. Compare that to companies that skip the golden rule. They turn feedback into one-sided criticism, and people just shut down. It proves the golden rule isn't just being nice, it's building trust to get everyone on the same page. In Western communities, the golden rule works with empathic altruism theory to build support networks that matter. Take Seattle's Rainbow Community Food Bank. Every year, over 2,000 volunteers help out. There are college kids, retired folks, even homeless people who got help there before. The food bank's whole vibe is the golden rule in action. If I was hungry and needed help, I'd want someone to step up, so I'll step up for others. Psychologists say when you act on the golden rule like that, it lights up the reward center in your brain. You feel good because you're helping. Martha, a 72-year-old retired teacher, volunteers there every week packing food. She told a reporter, "When my husband was sick, our neighbors brought us dinner for 3 months straight. Now that I'm retired, this is my way of giving back. I know what it's like to feel stuck alone, and I don't want anyone else to go through that." During the pandemic, the food bank even started a check-in call program. Volunteers ring up elderly folks who live alone, chat about their week, and ask if they need anything. That's the golden rule going further than just giving stuff. It's caring about how people feel. Like Martha said, sometimes a quick chat means more than a bag of groceries. It lets someone know they're not forgotten. This kind of community help turns the golden rule from a personal rule into something everyone believes in, and that makes the whole neighborhood stronger when things get tough. In Western public life, the golden rule teams up with social norms theory to keep things running smoothly, even when no one's watching. There's an unwritten rule on the Paris metro. If you accidentally bump into someone, you say sorry no matter who's at fault. If an older person or a pregnant woman gets on, someone stands up to give them a seat, even if the train's packed. That's the golden rule in daily life. If someone bumped into me, I'd want them to apologize, so I will. If I couldn't walk easily, I'd want a seat, so I'll give mine up. John Bargh, a psychology professor at NYU, did a study that found people in places where the golden rule is common are way more likely to do nice things for strangers. When you see someone being kind, you want to copy that, and it spreads like a ripple. A tourist once posted about what they saw on the Paris metro. A little boy accidentally stepped on a woman's foot. His mom immediately said, "Say sorry, honey," and the woman just smiled and said, "It's okay, sweetie." Then when an older man with a cane got on, the little boy tugged his mom's hand and said, "Grandpa can sit here." That small moment shows how the golden rule works. It's not about rules or punishment. It's about people choosing to be kind, and that kindness rubs off on everyone else. But here's the thing, the golden rule isn't one size fits all. You have to tweak it for different situations, and that's why it still works in diverse Western societies. Psychologists talk about cultural empathy differences. People from different cultures see kindness in different ways. So when you follow the golden rule, you have to think about someone's background. For example, in Western offices, folks care a lot about personal space. Following the golden rule there means don't pry into someone's personal life. If you wouldn't want a coworker asking about your family drama, don't ask about theirs. When you're talking to someone from a different race, the golden rule means not assuming you know what they need. Instead of forcing your own customs on them, ask, what would help you here? That flexible version of the golden rule shows you respect people's differences, and that's what makes it work in a world where everyone's got their own story. From that random moment in a London cafe, to how Google does feedback, to the food bank in Seattle, the golden rule isn't just some old moral lesson in Western society. It's a way of living. With psychology backing it up, it turns empathy from a feeling into something you can actually do. It helps build trust at work, makes communities stronger, and keeps public life respectful. In a world where everyone's so busy and disconnected, the golden rule is like an invisible thread. It ties people from different backgrounds together and keeps kindness going. The French philosopher Sartre once said, "Hell is other people, but so is heaven." The golden rule? It's how we make other people feel like heaven.